mama went shopping over the weekend and bought herself a new pair of jeans, and the internet is pissed about it. Let's talk about it in our segment, Unbelievable. All right, I was killing some time over the weekend, and I was like, let me dip into this local mall, which, totally separate subject. Malls are completely dead. It's really sad. Malls are so dead, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how is this even functioning still? Half of these stores are closed. The stores that are in here are kind of weird and niche and whatever it is. But anyway, I'm walking, and I see an American Eagle, and I'm like, oh, and they've got the Sydney Sweeney ad, big poster of it right in the front door. Sydney Sweeney has great jeans. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy myself some jeans today. So I posted on X a picture of the store I went into. I said I hadn't been to an American Eagle in 20 years and probably never would have gone again had the left not melted down about a blonde woman with blue eyes. I bought a pair of jeans yesterday since they refused to apologize to the woke mob. And look, I can always use a new pair of jeans, but if I can support a company that not only put out an ad knowing there would be backlash, but of course American Eagle has since come out and said, we're not apologizing for it, like she does have good jeans, you know? And so I was like, okay, that's enough for me to spend like $40 on a pair of jeans. I'm happy to do that. So I got a lot of support for this post, which it went kind of viral, which I'm kind of surprised about. I was like, just a picture of, you know, an American Eagle ad or whatever. But there were, the meltdowns were crazy. You guys got to look at some of the comments. Like, oh, you're grifter, you were, you know, oh, fooled into buying jeans for a company that hates conservative, like all this stuff. I'm like, people, I just bought a pair of jeans. And they're like, oh, what was my favorite response I had from someone was like, God, something like manipulated into buying jeans over something. I'm like, well, I bought the jeans because, you know, I'm a human being with two legs and I do need something to cover my naked bits. But I bought them at American Eagle because, you know, I like to see the woke mob a little sad and melting down. So anyway, if you want to be entertained, go look at the responses to me simply saying that I bought a pair of jeans at American Eagle. But it's so fascinating to me that this has become a controversy, right? And look, Americans love drama. Mainstream news loves drama. All the news articles that have been out saying this is a controversy. And it's like, no, it's only a controversy because you guys say it's a controversy. And then you elevate the voices of like a handful of really mentally disturbed people who are just angered by it. And you know what? I want to elevate their voices too because they're hilarious. So there was a Turning Point USA video. In Minneapolis, there was some anti-Trump event, and Turning Point USA went there and asked people about the Sydney Sweeney ad. And I mean, I kind of feel bad. There's a part of me deep inside that feels bad for people who are this bothered by the Sydney Sweeney ad. Let's listen to one of them.
The Sydney Sweeney ad, have you seen it?
Oh, yes, I have.
What are your thoughts?
Trying to calm myself, but that would, Sydney Sweeney has good genes. Really? Like, the eugenics in that. It's dripping with it, and I'm like, no.
Oh, I just can't calm myself down. So that word, eugenics, this is what the left does. They hear a word that somebody says somewhere. Maybe they heard it on MSNBC. And then all of a sudden, that's the word. It's like, oh, eugenics. Eugenics. Like these people had never heard of eugenics in their lives. And now they hear something and they're such followers. They can't think for themselves. That all these people who have probably never heard of eugenics or studied eugenics or whatever it is in their entire lives, now they're like robots and they have to talk about eugenics when asked about Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney has good genes. Really? Like, the eugenics in that. It's dripping with it.
It's slighted towards, like, eugenics and comparing the blue jeans to blue jeans.
Did American Eagle just run an ad for eugenics?
That Sydney Sweeney ad is exactly what it sounds like. It's f***ing eugenics. And it's gross as hell to see.
Does Sydney Sweeney know just how eugenicist and awful that ad was? Is she complicit in this, or is she just unaware?
I genuinely would love
white ladies are the worst.
Not be able to see the eugenics coded language in that Sydney Sweeney ad. I wish I couldn't see it.
And I'm sure that your ignorant bliss and that emptiness between your ears must be very relaxing. But it is that deep. The eugenics are right in front of your face.
Good genes passed on to offspring? That American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney is literally overt eugenics.
Like these, you really think all those people knew anything about eugenics before they saw someone say it on the internet? And I'm sorry, but 40 to 55-year-old white progressive women are the worst. They're the worst. But you know, Nicole, there's something that's bothering me about that montage you put together. These people talking about eugenics, I feel like something was missing.
If you're talking about eugenics, wear a mask. If you're talking about eugenics, wear a mask. If you saw the Sweeney ad and agree that it was bad, it would be oh so rad to wear a mask.
That's, I agree. If you're talking about eugenics, wear a mask.
You better.
Can we play that one more time? Because it's quite catchy.
If you're talking about eugenics, wear a mask. If you're talking about eugenics, wear a mask. If you saw the Sweeney ad and agree that it was bad, it would be oh so rad to wear a mask.
Hey!
And also, is she in jail?
Nice. I don't know. Nicole goes, is she in
Or
jail?
like waiting
Probably
for somebody
waiting
outside of jail.
It does look like it. Just for fun, President Donald Trump, apparently like somebody was saying Sweeney might be a registered Republican. She's very proficient with a firearm. There was a video of her, out shooting, and she did look quite proficient. President Trump weighing in on the Sydney Sweeney situation.
She's a registered Republican? Oh, now I love her ad. Is that right? Is Sydney Sweeney? You'd be surprised at how many people are Republicans. That's what I wouldn't have known, but I'm glad you told me that. If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic.
Can we just one more time with the mask song before we move on to national news?
If you're talking about eugenics, wear a mask. If you're talking about eugenics, wear a mask. If you saw the Sweeney ad and agree that it was bad, it would be oh so rad to wear a mask.
I love when they just make it very obvious how mentally ill they are. It really makes my job quite easy, unbelievable.